Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. After more than a year away, I have returned to YouTube. You may or may not have noticed, I took quite a break from making videos. There was a number of reasons for that. First of all, the last long-form video I made on here, I shared the unfortunate news that my puppy passed away. That in itself was a reason for a short break. And a few months after that, we lost his brother. Both had genetic conditions and seizures that we did all we could for them in the short time we had them. Not to delve into a ridiculous amount of sad news on here, but I figured I'd let you know, a few months after that, I lost my office space when my parents moved across the country to live with us because my mom's husband was diagnosed with Lewy body disease and he can no longer live on his own. So my office became their bedroom. Through all of this, I was continuing to hunt boxes of pennies and track information. I just wasn't putting in the extra time to film and edit the videos due to the various situations. I did film 3 or 4 boxes after my last video was uploaded. Maybe I'll throw those into a future video for you all to see those finds. Today is a different project though. Today, we review a 15,000 penny hunt. That's 6 boxes. Showing all the finds from 6 boxes would be very long and likely a boring video, so I figure I'll just show you everything at once with a couple highlights of my biggest pulls. If you have watched my shorts in the last week, I have shared a few of them. It's honestly due to your support and my success of my shorts in that last week that have made me want to make this video and continue making videos again, so thank you all for helping me rediscover my desire to do this. Without further ado, let's see the finds. So here are all the finds. We have wheat cents at the top, the 2009 presidential years here in the middle, Canadians on the top right, my S mint marks on the bottom right, some coins that I put into sleeves that are, better finds. We have 2 Indians, a nice shiny wheat cent, and 2 very high cam proofs. So I'm gonna go through these really quick and I'm gonna discuss a couple of them with you. Most notably, right off the top, I want to show you not one 1934D, but 2. I believe that I had a small collection dump from one of the banks that I got a box from, and the box had both proofs, both Indian heads, and both 1934Ds. So I definitely think that they were part of some collection dump because you don't find these in every box that you hunt, let alone 2 of them, let alone with Indian heads and proofs in the box. They were a very low minted coin, only around 20 million minted, and I found 2 in one box. So again, those were very notable and I really love to find them. We did end up finding a total of 6 from the 1930s. Nothing older than the 1934D, but you know what? I won't argue about that. Even though I didn't find any teens, I'll definitely take some low mintage coins. Overall, we ended up with 69 wheat cents in 6 boxes. 2 of them had almost 20. One had 19 and one had 22, so a majority of them came from those 2 boxes. But overall, averaging over 10 wheat cents a box is really what I like to see. A lot of them were 1940s and 1950s, and typically it was about the same denominations that I normally see when I do large wheat pulls. A lot of 1944s, a lot of 1945s, a lot of 1946s, and a lot of 1953s. We didn't get a lot of 54s, which is actually typical. I did want to highlight a couple of them that I pulled. So this was a very nice 1956. Normally I put, coins that have a little bit of red on them in sleeves, but this one looked more like it was damaged and maybe the enamel was peeling off, but I just wasn't sure what was going on here. Maybe somebody tried to clean it and over the time it just didn't work out very well, but that's why I didn't put this one in the sleeve. Normally I would, but as you can see, it looks a little rough. I did like it. This one had some really cool toning to it. You actually can't see it too well in the camera, but it almost has a black finish in the back, and I thought that was cool too, so I was going to highlight that. I found another similar one to that. You can actually see this one a little bit better. It has more of that black finish to the background, and those just really caught my eye, and I just wanted to share those with you. And then one of the ones that I did sleeve up was this nice, shiny 1946. So these were the Wheaties I wanted to review, though. Again, 69 Wheaties in 6 boxes, over 10 per box on average. We have a 1907 Indian head. What a find. Same box as the 1907. We got a 1905 Indian head. Holy crap. Wow. 118-year-old coin. You can still see the feathers in the head and the full Liberty. Wow. Really good condition for how old it is. It's got a little gunk behind the head, but look at that. You got the full feathers. You can see the whole headband clear as day. Wow. Now you just saw the highlights of me pulling these live. I'm going to show you the other one in a second. I did want to discuss, though, how crazy it is to find these. I messaged Rob from Rob Finds Treasures after I found both of them, and I calculated the total number of Indians that I have found since starting roll hunting in 2020. I have found 11 Indian heads. I've only opened, up to the point that I opened this one right here, I had only opened 84 total boxes, and I found 11 Indian heads. Now, if you remember, when I lived in Connecticut, I had a 2-box hunt where I actually found 41 Indian heads in 2 boxes. So those 11, that's not even part of that 41. So I don't even count that. That is an outlier. It's just, you'll never see that ever happen again. So it's not part of my average. But the fact is, I have still found 11 other Indian heads in 84 boxes. Rob told me that he averages 1 Indian head every 100 boxes. I average one less than 8 boxes. And that goes over 2 different states over multiple years. I just find that really cool. I'm just really lucky, I guess. And I did want to highlight once again, can't really see it in here, but if you wanted to go back and watch, you have a full set of feathers and a full headband and all 6, I didn't notice this before, but you have all 6 beads or diamonds around the neck on this one. I'm debating getting it graded, but I just don't know how it will fare with that gunk. Sorry about the reflection, guys. I put tape over this and I should have stapled it, but there's a little gunk next to the 5, next to the neck. I don't know how much it'll affect the grade, but I do think I want to at least submit this because this has really good detail for being 118 years old. So the next thing I wanted to highlight was all the 2009s that I found. I found 27 2009s. I did scope all of the formative years to see if there was any of the double dyes, but I didn't see any. A lot of them were in really rough shape anyway, with a lot of gunk on them. Look at that one. What is noteworthy, if you notice here, I sorted them all by the types. There's 4 different types, and I'm missing one. So in 27 finds, I didn't find a single presidential year one. I found a whole bunch of the professional life, the formative years, and the birth log cabins, but not a single 2009 presidential year penny. What are the odds of that over 6 boxes and 27 finds? It's weird. Let's talk Canadian. Now, I know that's probably not proper. Most Canadians actually speak, well, most speak French, but some speak English, they don't speak Canadian. It was a bad joke. Okay, anyway. We have found 17 Canadians in 6 boxes, which is just shy of an average of 3 per box. Now, that actually is my average here in Florida. After all the Florida boxes I've opened, I've actually averaged 3 per box. So it was funny that over a small sample size of only 6, I got 17. I didn't get a single young head, but I did get 2 bird scents in the same box. And I got a King George VI. from 1949. I do like to find the King Georges and the young heads. Just gives a little variety to the Canadians that are out there. Didn't want to talk too long about the Canadians. I do like them. I'm going to throw them in my bag, except for the King George and the bird since I set those aside. Eventually, I'm going to go through all my Canadians from all of my hunts, including all my Connecticut hunts when I used to get a lot more. We're going to try to do a book at some point, but for now, we'll just set them aside. Same roll as the 1976. We have a 1974 proof. This is definitely a collection dump. Wow, what a great box. Absolutely incredible. 1974 S-proof penny found. Last but not least, the S mint marks. I do pull these aside as well because they are rather rare here on the East Coast. I got the nicest ones up top, 69, 70, 71, and another 71. The rest were copper and faded. Those top were kind of shiny. Not super shiny, but shiny enough to stand out. So we did get 20 of these total in 6 boxes, which is just over 3 a box. That's actually more than I remember getting. It may be about average, but I don't remember getting over 3 a box consistently. So I think this was a special find. A lot of them came from that really good box with the Indian heads and the low mint coins and the proofs. So I just wanted to show these to you. Pretty cool to find this many. A quick review right here. I did check the 1969s that I had. I think I only had one. Oh, no, there's another one over there. I did check them both for the DDO. They were not the DDO. Didn't want to spend too long on these. All right. Well, that's the end of the review. Let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy this kind of format where we search a bunch of boxes and talk about all the finds at once? Or would you prefer to see the finds one by one? There's pros and cons to both. A format like this gives me more to talk about due to having more finds overall. It is tough hunting here in Florida with an average of only 10 Wheatsons and 3 Canadians, a couple 2009s and a couple S's, and other than that, not many other finds to talk about per box. Who knows, maybe I'll keep finding Indian heads at a record pace. That would be fun. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. I am approaching 500 subscribers, so if you haven't done so already and you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to stay up to date with all new videos and help support the channel and reach my goal, 500 subscribers. Have a great day and happy hunting.
Close your